So this is going to be my survival story 1.5, because yesterday I was extremely nervous about what I was talking about, the subject I was talking about, which is sexual abuse, which is actually my first encounter with abuse. As I mentioned before, I was 4 years old when I experienced it. And I want to talk about what child sexual abuse is. Child sexual abuse is usually someone under the age of 18, because that's considered a child still, and they are touched inappropriately from someone that is older. And sometimes they like to look at how old the other child or person is, because sometimes a child sexually abuses another child, but they try to look at the age difference between the two children to determine. Either way, if somebody's getting touched inappropriately without okaying that, it's abuse to me. Because no means no. And if you don't even say yes or welcome the behavior, it's still a no. Even if you don't verbally say no. Because I know for me, at the age of 4, I didn't totally understand the term no. But I did start saying it as I got older. That no, I wasn't. And finding ways to hide from this person. But it still never worked out. It still happened. So that was my first experience with sexual abuse. Well, child sexual abuse. And I think for me, that's the hardest topic to talk about, because I feel more comfortable talking about the domestic violence part of the abuse. For child abuse and child sexual abuse, it's harder for me to talk about because I am a parent. And the thought of that I went through it, and the fact that my mom didn't even know what was happening when I was going through it, because I didn't tell her and because I hid it from her. That there was a possibility of my children can go through it and I wouldn't notice it. I wouldn't know it. And they wouldn't know how to speak to me about it. So even though I've talked to them numerous times, even when they were younger, it still just scares me. So being able to talk about it, I think it makes me even more nervous, because as a parent, what we want to do is protect our children. And it's hard when you can't be there around them all the time to protect them. So I'm talking about it for myself, that what I experienced as a child, it kind of gets me upset. It gets me in my feelings, in my emotions, because I am a mother. I am a parent. So I could see it on both ends, and it's scary sometimes, to think about that. So I wanted to thank everybody yesterday who watched my video, who tuned in, the positive support and feedback that people gave to me. I didn't get to speak everything that I wanted to speak about it because of my nerves. I was so nervous, but in due time, I'm going to get better. I'm going to keep practicing, speaking out loud, because I want to share my story in hopes that it helps inspire others, to share their story. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing your story to the world, because that's scary, just talking to somebody, whether you even speak it out just to the universe. I talk to the universe, because they listen. But that's just me. Talking to a friend. I've had a lot of people actually email me and write me, as well as pull me to the side just to share their story to me too. I'm always here listening. You're not alone. None of us are alone. So remember that, okay? Thanks.